Good morning, everybody. It's a beautiful rainy Thursday morning, and we're heading across the irrigation path. There's some beautiful soybeans. Got the 220 Honda on the lowboy behind the blue Kenworth. Dad and Scooter are ahead of me. Dad's got the dump truck with the T870 Bobcat. Scooter's got the load that's going to give us away what we're doing this morning. He's got a load of mats on the trailer behind the pickup. And George is following me with my tool truck. And my Uncle Jamie's on his way with his 330 Hitachi. So I'm pretty sure you've probably guessed what we're doing on this video. Yep, we're going to rescue another sprayer. So we'll get back here and show you what is going on with this one. I like to have these soybeans. Actually, a pretty firm path. Get back here, it's quite a ways yet, and we'll get started. Well, let me grab some mats and I'll walk you out there and show you what we got going on here. If I can take all three at once or not. Last one we pulled out didn't require two excavators, but soil conditions were totally different. And what actually happened to that when I got the full story on it was the irrigation had quit moving, and it had done that a couple nights before. It quit moving in the middle of the night, and it ran and it ran and it ran until they discovered it the next day. So all that water had run down to that low spot, and they'd come along spraying, didn't see the water between the corn rows, and got stuck. So that's the story behind that one. It was not operator error or anything. It was just a series of unfortunate events that happened before he got there to spray that he did not know about. So basically they created a man-made wet spot. So this one, they had this ground that was in a set-aside program, or CRP, or whatever you want to call it. And I guess they're taking it out and they're going to start farming it again. And he was out here spraying some burn down on this grass so they could get it decaying, so they could do fall tillage and work it up. And found a soft spot out here. And it's been relatively dry, so there was no reason to think that it was going to be real wet out here. Well, it wasn't wet, it was just soft because it is muck. And this is actually the muck that we're used to working in. This is super soft stuff. And there's a point where if it is wet, it's a little firm. If it's super dry, it's super soft. If it's super wet, it's super soft. So you kind of want it a little bit wet because that actually firms it up a little bit. But if it's one way or the other too much, well, then it's really, really soft. It's just weird. It's a weird soil in general. I'll get these mats out here for Jamie to sit on with the 330. Not sure exactly where he wants them. I'm assuming he'll probably set right about here. space them out a little bit. He'll move where he wants them. Alright, so that's what we're coming to get. We've got a new Holland SP275F. If I remember right, this is the same as a Miller sprayer. It's all C&H. They're all together now. So we've got the Bobcat. We're going to go get some sand off the ditch bank back there, because believe it or not, that is a high sand ditch bank, that green wall that you see back there. So we got plenty of sand to work with. We'll get some sand under it. Not quite sure exactly if we're going to go forwards or backwards. I think we're going to go forwards with it. I think once we get him popped up out of them tracks, he should be okay. So when he went in, he had spray on, and they brought a tank back here and pumped it out and lightened it up. So, you know, 8 pounds to the gallon of water, you know, that adds up pretty quick in weight. So if he had, you know, 500-600 gallon on, you know, that got off quite a bit of weight pumping it off. So, all right, Scooter's bringing the ropes back here, get some sand put where we need it, and see what happens. Well, we ended up having to take the front fender off. It's over there. Took some bolts out, took it off, so now we can get our strap wrapped around the frame here. Somewhere down in there, we're gonna wrap it around, and then we'll pick up on that with the 330 sitting on the mats, and then I'll pull. Well, we're gonna go ahead and do a little digging here and get some sand in. Without hitting anything. Too deep. Probably deep enough, George? Or you want to go a little deeper? Yeah, might as well use it. We gotta get under the curve of the tire. It'll be all right. Got some sod in there, that'll help. Give them bars of that tire something to grab onto. that would be better. Probably good. There we go. I think that'll work. Well, we got the 220 hooked up. We're gonna get the 330 hooked up. Got our strap wrapped around. Worked out good, taking that fender off. Got it out of the way. Now the nice thing about this sprayer, it's actually got some toe points down underneath of it that we were able to hook the blue ropes to. So that's a positive. Didn't have to wrap any chains around anything. You're gonna have to be really careful because Jamie's got to be fairly close to the cab to lift on it. Hopefully it won't take much. I think we're ready to pull as soon as we get the operator in the cab. Scooter wants video from outside.
Filling the tracks up in between the tires so they don't fall back in. much Excavator's rolled out for small engine needs.
Well, we had another good successful one. Everything went very well. I think we got it down to a science now. I think bringing the Bobcat was a good idea this time.
Yes, it was.
Yep, easier to move dirt around with the Bobcat. Need to bring the forks next time to move mats around. That'd make it even better. All right, time to go home and get some lunch. I'm hungry. Well, George is going to get this all cleaned up. Shove all this sand that we moved into the tracks. Then they won't have to worry about them tracks anymore and falling in them same spots. We'll get our mats cleaned up. And we'll get out of here. So another successful one. I'd like to thank all these guys. We work together as a team and get things done. Turns out nice. Couldn't do it without them, that's for sure. Alright, well, thank you for watching. Greatly appreciate it. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button. I'd appreciate that. And if you want to, go ahead and subscribe to keep seeing these sprayer recoveries. Like I said before, we're getting a reputation of getting sprayers out. So, I enjoy it. I think sprayer recovery is fun because every one of them is a different situation. It's never the same situation. So, alright, I'm going to go grab the mats. anybody's wondering, we didn't mow the corn off to get back here. This is seed corn. This is the ends that need to be mowed off due to the seed corn pollination and all that stuff. That's a whole nother thing we could get into on why they do what they do to seed corn. But we're not going to get into that right now.